Period for items not on the agenda. Each participant is asked to limit new items to about 2 minutes. Yes, sir.
Hi, I just want some information. Is there any town board or committee that's responsible for planting trees on the common?
We believe that the National Grid often gives us our tree watering, and we'll be making an appointment for that tonight as well. But the tree watering, the selectmen, yeah, I mean, for us actually having a tree planting, like commitment, we have a fund. And National Grid, when they come, they're just destroying certain streets with taking down trees. They are obligated to do some, in return, they have to put some trees, plant some trees within the community.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking about the common specifically.
We just did a couple, I think, we cut some trees down that had to go, and they'll be replaced.
And there's a couple more that
Yep.
should go.
Yeah, we agree.
Would it be possible for there to be like a citizens committee to advise what kind of trees to plant and keep up on it? Because like they cut down some trees, who knows when they're going to be replaced? It seems haphazard to me that maybe they will, maybe they won't, maybe
Well,
we this year,
we do not have
What about the common committee?
So,
Yeah.
there's a common committee, and then there's the shade tree fund that's been in town for many, many years, and that's the fund replacement of trees, damaged trees or what have you. So I don't know what's in that fund.
But there is a fund for the common. They're working on railings, the railings that are rotted and falling apart. I know they're working on that. We can bring this to their attention, but to establish a new committee would obviously take the select board an opportunity to put that on the agenda and to have a public comment about it.
Do we have openings on that committee?
I'm sorry?
Do we have any openings on that committee?
I don't believe we do at this time, but we can check it.
Yeah, I just think this types of trees that are planted also matters because like there's a lot of Norway maples on the common, which are non-native, and the ash trees are going. So
Oh, yeah.
it might be good to have somebody guiding.
You sound like there's somebody who might want to do this.
Yeah.
In your name?
Mike Perkins.
Oh, of course, gosh, how could I miss that?
Yeah, I just think the responsibility doesn't belong to any one group, and it just kind of gets passed around. It'd be nice to have trees planted as soon as they're cut down, and have a variety of species, so we don't all have, like, we had all the elm trees, you have one left, and that's on its way out.
Yeah.
Right.
If you have all monoculture, and they get a disease like the ash trees, now
Right.
they're going. It'd be nice to have a committee, or a subcommittee anyway.
Well, I think if there's a place on the common committee, we will, meet with that, and we would ask you to make application for that. So
Yeah,
Sandy will
I
call
I
you
can
if there's a
check,
point.
I know there's something, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be an opening on that.
Yeah, which would be a perfect spot.
All right.
Okay.
I have one other question though. What's the status with the old reservoir dam?
The old reservoir dam is still, the legal counsel is made a ruling, and we're sending that off to the state. And then the state will decide if there really is an owner. At least there seems to be in records there's an owner. And thus it may not be the town of Barre, and thus they should be potentially working with a different group of people versus us.
So it's still up in the air.
Still up in the air.
Okay. All right, then.
Thank you, Mike. Anyone else here, public comment? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the items on the agenda, which include the approval of meeting minutes that require our votes. We have the group record that you have seen of the meeting minutes from the June 26, 2025, the annual town meeting pre-discussion as we get prepared for town meeting. We had a joint opportunity to talk with Budget and Finance at that time as well. So anyone want to take a motion for the June 26th annual town meeting pre-discussion?
I move to approve the June 26, 2025 annual town meeting pre-discussion.
Second?
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the annual town meeting pre-discussion meeting held on June 26th. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Another June 26th, the actual town meeting. There, obviously, we had that posted, the selectmen were all there, so thus we had to post it. On the annual town meeting minutes are those that were put together by the town clerk and presented to us for our review and hopefully approval this evening. Do you have a motion?
I move to approve the June 26, 2025 annual town meeting minutes.
Point of order.
Yeah.
There's, this says June 25th, and the other says June 26th.
It's June 26th.
At the top of the minutes say
Yeah,
June
I see it.
25th. So
Oh.
I just don't know if we need to correct that.
Well, the annual town meeting was on the 26th, and so yes, we should indicate.
So,
Where
so
is
the,
that?
which one is which?
This
Oh,
is,
oh, oh, up in, yeah.
these are the
on-
ones that
on
were
the
at
actual
5:30 at Ruggles Lane School.
Was it the pre-one?
It-
Is it? Not that it
It
matters.
was up here.
It would have been at the school, it was 5:41.
It says it right here, but
I believe they're
So
all.
the heading is wrong, but it's right in the.
that's right.
Yeah, correct, yeah. So,
The heading says 26, 25, and it should be
we'll
26th
just
of
amend
June.
your motion, Mark?
It's the 26th.
Well, we need to amend your motion, so,
Right, but I moved to approve the June 26th, correct?
but it says
Yeah,
June
yeah,
25th.
Was it the 25th or the
It's
26th?
the
It's the
26th. You
The
just gotta-
26th,
How can you forget that wonderful evening?
right. I moved to approve the meeting.
It was on a Thursday, so you just have to amend it.
It was just, there's a typo on the
Yeah, it's just a
minutes.
Yeah,
typo, it's just a typo, that's all.
Yeah.
Nothing-
And so just the typo should be amended in writing when we formalize these meeting minutes, and it should be Tuesday, June 26, 20, should be June 2025, not 24, right?
Correct,
So it's just the wrong date.
I
correct.
don't,
You
It's
wish
fine.
we
don't
were-
even know
It's fine.
how I even got that. I'll put it in there that it was amended
Just want to
to.
correct
Good
it
night.
for the record.
You accept those friendly amendments? Mr. Enos?
I'm sorry.
You accept the friendly amendments?
Yes,
Okay.
second.
We have a motion made and seconded to, with the amendments that were discussed, that the date should be on, in writing, June 26,
And
2025.
that was on the,
2025,
that was on the pre-discussion one.
Yes,
right.
Correct.
we have a motion made and seconded. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to our July 7th, 2025 meeting minutes. We have a motion.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of July 7th, 2025.
Second now.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the meeting of July 7th, 2025. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nice job on them, Sandy, that was a
Well,
lot.
I, I sent it to you guys to look
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, this is good, there's a lot in that one, so thank you.
Moving along, we have meeting minutes ready for approval for July 17th, 2025. We have a motion.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes for the meeting of July 17th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve as presented the meeting minutes from July 17th, 2025. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Town Administrator Report, Mr. Balakonis.
Hi, that's me. As you know, I'm finishing up my interim
You don't
tenure,
have to bring that up.
interim tenure this week. I just wanted to let you know there are a couple of things that I'm working on that I need to finish up. Coordination of schedules with the town administrator candidates. Hopefully you'll accept my recommendation later on in the agenda. And also finishing up the language on the fire collective bargaining agreement that you voted previously. Conclude those things before I'm done. I thank you for your time and for your confidence and support over the last 90 days.
The thanks is all from us to you, Greg. It has not been an easy 90 days, I know that. Anyway, other select board reports.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I'd like to discuss something that happened in regards to social media on Facebook. There was a post put up portraying that the individual was our DPW superintendent. And in fact, the DPW superintendent has never had a Facebook page, ever. It's unfortunate that someone did this, and it's more unfortunate that there was disparaging comments made against him and his alleged position, which was not his position because it was not him. I did reach out to one of the administrators who handles the local Facebook page, and the page was originally removed, immediately removed, the comments were removed, and that admin did apologize for not doing a better vetting job when people are allowed to get onto this page. I find it very concerning that the other admin on this page is one of the ones that made disparaging comments. I think that if you're gonna run a page and you're gonna be in the town of Barre, you gotta do due diligence and make sure that the people that are interacting on your page are actually who they say they are. I think it's a very unfortunate situation that happened to our DPW director. The gentleman's working very hard on behalf of the DPW Commission and on behalf of the residents of Barre to not only operate the DPW on a daily basis, but to also do some corrective action to get us back on track with some projects that we need to be back on track for. So I just wanted to make a generalized statement tonight that this is very unfortunate. It happened on the local Facebook page in the town of Barre. I know one admin apologized and it was very sincere and immediately removed it and will work to do better vetting, and I hope that the other admin on this page does the same. Thank you.
Okay. Just one other comment that I have under the agenda and under public comment, just to bring to your attention that we have been very open and probably a little bit too open compared to what our attorney thinks we should be, putting things on the agenda. For example, if someone were to come in tonight under public comment and say, would you appoint us to the whatever, and we knew we had a spot, we would probably do that. We cannot do such things. We need to have it agended, and it needs to come to our attention, say Wednesday at 4 p.m. before the scheduled meeting. And then we'll have the opportunity to put it on the agenda so that we can effectively and legally deal with it. Otherwise, people say, if we had known that so-and-so was going to show up and want to be appointed to such and such, we would have been there to stop that appointment, or whatever. So it's very important for us to do our due diligence as a board and to ensure that anything that's not on the agenda will not be formally addressed or voted in any way. Just to let people know that we're not picking on somebody who comes in where usually we have said, that seems reasonable, you'd like to use the, town hall on, Thursday nights for the Circle of Song. We go, Sandy, can that work? And she says yes, and we go, okay, and we approve it. That can't happen anymore. It's gonna have to be, at least a week slowdown. But anyway, we'll follow that directive and make sure that everybody gets enough time to grapple with our agenda and that we don't vote things that we have not previously agended, just to let you know that. Okay, yes, Steve? You're not gonna even ask me to prove something.
In the same, no, in the same tone, is that it's possible with all these stringent regulations that, and every time you have to do something, you check with town council, isn't that maybe self-serving for the profit picture of the town council?
Well, I certainly wouldn't, indicate that they have in any way.
No, we're not indicating, but all these, we had a budget at one time with Jim Beard.
Well, that's.
No, that was different.
I know.
Now we're in the real world, but sometimes you can go a little overboard being in the real world. With Jim Beard, we were here, and real world is way out there. Maybe we can come back in the middle someplace.
We would love to.
Because it just takes money out of our treasury.
We agree. Time, attention, and money, we agree. We're working hard to try to have very streamlined procedures that people will understand and sometimes be not happy with and other times be happy with, so that we don't get into violations of the open meeting law, and it goes on and on. So just to let you know, we're going to be more conscious of that. We have new business, permanent town administrator hiring update.
That would be me.
That is you.
I'm gonna, I put together a written memo that, Madam Chair, if you don't mind, I'd like to read it.
Oh,
It's
certainly.
not that long, but I think it's helpful and one for Sandy also. I think it's helpful for everyone to kind of understand where we stand right now, and the public is probably as interested as anybody. So, I'm writing to update you on the status of the town administrator search and offer my recommendation on candidates for public interviews before the select board. A total of 32 individuals applied for the position when it was advertised and posted in early June. In my opinion, the pool of qualified applicants was deeper this time than when the last town administrator search was conducted in the fall of 2023, which I was part of while serving as your interim town administrator. The vast majority of our applicants are from Massachusetts, with only 2 being from out of state. Many of the candidates have BA and BS bachelor degrees, several possessing their MPA and MBAs, master's degrees, and other advanced degrees, including JDs, which is a doctorate in law. Several of the individuals held positions similar in title and responsibility to town administrator, which was encouraging given the shortage other communities have experienced in finding qualified job applicants in this job market. I was assisted in my initial review of candidate resumes by the Chief of Police and Superintendent of Schools, who helped narrow the number of individuals from 32 down to 8. I'm grateful for the assistance of both Jim and Colleen, who reviewed resumes and provided input on the best fit for the town of Barre. On July 16th and 17th, I conducted interviews with 7 individuals. One individual did decline an interview. My questions covered a range of topics, including but not limited to their knowledge of Barre, budget and finance, conflict resolution, technology, crisis management, human resources, and labor relations. All the interviews were held privately with candidates, understanding those selected for a final interview would need to participate in a public select board interview. On completion of the interviews, I completed a cursory internet search of the candidates. It did not yield any issues of concern for the individuals who I am recommending for further consideration. I'm pleased to recommend the following individuals as finalists for the position, and as a note, I did speak to them all, and they all did confirm their interest in moving forward. So the individuals are in no particular order: Heather Monroe, John Bianchi, Stacy Stout, and Melanie Jackson. All of the individuals named above are available to meet at your convenience, although in speaking with Stacy, she is away and not available until August 6th. I will be providing the select board with candidate resumes in advance of whatever date you set for interviews. I do suggest time is of the essence, and deciding the right candidate shouldn't be delayed beyond mid-August timeframe. Candidates have been provided the job description and the town administrator bylaw, and given direction from me to learn as much as possible about Barre before meeting with the board. Please contact me if you have any questions. Thank you. This is a final note. When we put together the calendar for hiring, we established today's date as the date to give you your recommendations, so we're right on schedule in terms of that. All of the individuals that I named are from Massachusetts. They all live fairly proximate to here. I think one of the individuals is from southern Hampden County, which would be the furthest away, but the others are all what I would consider to be an easy drive to the town of Barre.
Mhm.
Any questions?
So Stacy Stout is the only one who wouldn't be available through August 6th. And August 6th is not too far away, unfortunately.
No, it's not far away at all.
I'd just like to set those dates tonight if we possibly can.
I think that would be helpful, because what I want to do is I want to reach out to the candidates tomorrow and Wednesday.
She's 2 weeks out before we could interview her, huh?
You're looking at the week of the 15th.
Well, I'm looking in July, the week of the 28th. It doesn't look like she's available that week. She's not available the next week either.
No, she's available
On the 28th?
She's not available the week of the 28th,
Okay. She's
but
not-
she's coming back and she's available on Wednesday the 6th.
Okay. So I mean, if that's the earliest we can get all of the candidates in the same evening, potentially, we could do all 4 of them in one evening. Would that be reasonable?
It's up to you. I mean, if you want to interview 2 on one night and 2 the second night,
Well, and no
that
matter,
would work too.
yeah, no matter what we do, we come under criticism.
Well,
If
I
we
know.
do the 2 and 2 as we did with the police chief's issue, people said, well, so-and-so could hear that, say could
Mhm.
send people to hear it. and
Sure.
They, they have extra time, so I would rather do them all in one night, I would say afternoon and
Yep.
early evening, I certainly wouldn't do them at night. Giving them a little, time to spread it out, and so having it, so she is on and available on the 6th,
She is available on the 6th.
so I would say we're pretty much locked into the 6th. all of these candidates have indicated to you their availability is not months away. It would be reasonable.
So, yes, all of them indicated to me that their availability, if not immediate, is 2 weeks'
Okay.
notice to their current employers.
Okay. So that would be, we would be into early September, we could have potentially a person.
Conceivably, you could have that person on board. You have to go through the contract negotiation stage. I've let Sandy know that I still have all the contract notes from when Tammy was here,
Mhm.
and those should be kind of used as a guide. And I've consolidated all of my files, including potential interview questions, into a single file. I don't want you to have to sit there and search through interview schedules.
Right.
I do think it is a good idea for the board to create a situational question. I think it's, you know, and my thought is that when they come in, they should be given, while they're waiting for their interview, given, say, 10 or 15 minutes to kind of read a scenario and then describe to you how they would address that and make a presentation before the board. I think it's better than just kind of asking standard questions. You'll have plenty of time to do that. But I just think back on the interviews that I did when I was in my career, and the ones that made me sweat the most were the ones that I just described, where there was a situational question, and you were asked to kind of think on the fly, which was, I think, kind of important.
Okay. Is it going to be appropriate, as we indicate that we would potentially be interviewing on the 6th, that we would be contacting references?
Yes, so what
That
I
they
will
would know
do,
that?
what I will do is when I communicate to them the interview date, I'll ask them to forward us their references, because I'm sure you'll be anxious to
Right.
review what their references are, yes.
Good. Is the 6th something that we all can do with
Is
our
the-
schedules?
Do we get it recorded?
I can find out.
Okay. It's generally okay as long as he has sufficient notice.
Yeah, it's, well, I think we're
But
gonna have
we-
to start
we-
earlier.
But we're gonna have to start before 5 o'clock, before he's eligible to start. So he would have to, make accommodations for that. We can't wait till 5 and, be here till 10 and 11 o'clock at night.
No, we're looking at like
Just-
45 minutes, half an hour, like what do we?
No,
What
I
do
would
you
do
think,
45
40
minutes
minutes, 45 minutes?
to
Yeah,
an
the last
hour.
time.
Well, listen, I'd say, these are talking positions. These are positions you have to talk on your feet, and if we're gonna give them a simulation, they really need to have the opportunity to sell their game, right? If it's a problem-solving thing, they may not take the whole time, but I think we should at least say there's at least an hour. And we want them to come a little early so we can hand them the,
You hit the nail on the head. If you ask open-ended questions, you don't expect to get a
yes,
2 or 3 word answer back,
Right.
because you want someone to kind of be able to think through and be able to articulate what their answers are.
no, of course, if, in the old school world, the thing that we would demand is we show up, we give you a prompt, and we say, write the response to the citizen. Let us see if you can write. Now, no, the thing of it is, I would suspect, this is a crowd that can do that. Chat GPT, is everybody's thing. They just would go, here's a situation in Barre, and the thing would be done for you. And they said, you want more detail? Yeah, I want more detail. So I'm not as worried about writing capacity as I used to be, but it does make a difference. If you can't write, if writing's challenging for you, it slows things down.
So it was interesting you mentioned GPT. I did check it. I was kind of curious. I said, what questions would we ask? And the interesting thing is, not only did it give the questions,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it gave what they thought was the appropriate answer. I'll make sure that none of those questions are included in.
Well, it doesn't matter because if the next person does it, it's new questions. I would suspect if these people have, experience, they already know what we're gonna ask them. I think. And I'm sure they're doing as much research on us as we're doing on them.
Well, I
We would hope.
suggested to them to learn as much about Barre as they possibly could, and I was very clear that that was part of their homework assignment.
Sounds very good.
I just remembered, he's not gonna be available until the 18th, because he's gonna be away.
Well, we'll have to find somewhere else, but they have to be interviewed, they have to be
Well,
put on
Oh,
Yeah.
get it now.
Well, we don't even have to do that. I mean, you can get somebody who can come in and actually do the video and, do it. If you don't have the owl and you're in a large room, it's conducive to just being at the table. It's not so great the other way. But we'll make that work. We'll say to him,
He's away from July 28th to August 10th.
oh, well, we're not waiting till August 10th. I mean, we really gotta move.
Yep.
Um,
And I think the last consultant here, I had used the words time is of the essence, because many of the candidates are also applicants in other
I'm
communities.
sure they are.
And this tends to be,
We will end up probably not even with the 4 we think we're gonna have by the 6th.
Possibility.
It's a week and a half away.
8/6 at what time?
I would suspect we would start, let's see, if we start at,
Two,
yeah,
ending at 6.
well, any longer than that, to give some time in between, so if you start at 2 PM, we could conceivably be done by, I would say, 8 at the latest. Whether or not we would have any opportunity, or whether we would choose to confer at all, that would be something we'd have to decide.
Right.
Because if we can check it, references before time, because we have to do a little background, just, some people are glib, but not necessarily have other credentials that we'd like, so.
Yeah, and part of the challenge in terms of kind of doing research on them is the coverage from the media, the newspapers, isn't as detailed as it once was.
The local newspapers,
So
yeah.
it's a little bit harder
It's
to kind
different.
of cobble together stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so again, the time again, Madam Chair?
We start at 2 PM,
2 PM?
yeah, and expect we'd be wrapping up no later than 7:30, 8 o'clock, because we would have an opportunity to have a conversation if we were gonna make a job offer that quickly. If we do our due diligence before, we may be able to decide, relatively quickly. I mean, I would really love to have somebody on the ground here in very early September,
That was the goal.
yeah.
Yeah, it
September.
sure was.
Well, and you just never know, these people, 3 of these people could be hired before we get to the 6th.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Okay. Anyone else have questions or
No.
concerns about that? Would you make a motion, Mr. Stevens, to begin the process at 2 PM on August 6th?
I make a motion that we conduct interviews for town administrator on August 6, 2025, beginning at 2 PM, roughly an hour apiece interview with time in between.
A second now.
I have a motion made and seconded to schedule the town administrator interviews for August 6th, starting at 2 PM. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I have some vote? And moving on with my fingers crossed. Okay. And vote payment of authorization to Shannon O'Connor. That is an issue that I know that the
We skipped
DPW
over-
commission.
we skipped
did I?
over
Oh, appoint-
discussion.
Oh, discussion for appointment of an interim town administrator, possible vote. I have no discussion at this time, and I'm not prepared to think, unless you guys are.
No, I mean, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. We're gonna have somebody in the seat for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, well,
Um,
2 weeks isn't too bad.
Should we, like, post it within, within the building, within the administration, to see if somebody wants to step up?
It's a tough step up, because
It is,
if
but-
it's somebody that's already working in another job, it's really difficult.
Sandy can't be alone in that office.
No, I agree. I'm not prepared to authorize to vote a person tonight, for
Oh,
sure.
no, I think the suggestion was maybe posting it in-house to see if there's anybody interested in helping out for 2 or 3 weeks.
Mhm.
We do have some qualified people working for us. I mean,
Mhm.
I understand they have their job to do as well,
Yeah, well,
But-
yeah.
There again, maybe nobody's interested.
but other towns I've seen other towns do it in my tenure. I've seen police chiefs stand in, I've seen fire chiefs stand in, I've seen, treasurers, all kinds of people stand in.
Is that right? Police chief?
On
Fire chief?
an interim basis. I mean, Rutland's done it many times with police chief and fire chief, like just interim, like we had Greg for a few weeks.
Well, I know one person that's not gonna apply for that. Me.
I
Tough
mean,
job. Oof.
Just to give Sandy some support.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it may be worthwhile to advertise in-house and see if there's any interest.
Well,
I'd make a motion to, advertise in-house.
in-house?
Yeah.
Post advertising time?
Yep.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion made and seconded to consider opportunities from within our organization to act as an interim town administrator for a period of time still unknown to us, but approximately 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Effective August 1st.
Well, how long do you wanna post it? That's another thing.
Well, you have all of next week,
Yeah.
you know, if we make the appointment, it's gonna start on the 1st of, that's another week away. I mean, that would be our hope. I mean, that may be way too aggressive, but. So we'll post it and see what happens. I mean, I'd like to have somebody in by August 1, but it's very difficult to imagine that we're gonna do that.
September 1?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, September.
No, I meant August 1 for the interim,
Oh, interim, yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
So we're gonna post it for a week, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's not like it's
Yeah.
a big corporation.
Nope, I
Yeah.
agree.
Motion made and seconded to make that posting, and so we have a vote on that already, and we're good.
Aye.
Okay,
Madam Chair, just
Yeah.
real quick, Sandy, I done a revised interim job town administrator posting. So if you kind of go onto the Google Drive, I can help you find it. We wouldn't need to reinvent the wheel. I already kind of put something
You put, yeah,
together.
because I still have it on my
Yeah.
desk.
I didn't bring it with me, but I have something I already put together.
I worry, regardless of who may want to step up, it's a big job.
Well, there's a lot to learn.
Well, it's not even a lot to learn. There's so many things coming at us in the middle of, big playground stuff. A lot of stuff to chase around, a lot of stuff to chase around in Chapter 90 right now, a lot of water issues of concern.
The upside of that, they're off the hook in about a month, so.
Well, that's true, but I don't want them to be, off the hook and somewhere else. Okay, so moving along to a C, vote payment authorization to Shannon O'Connor. We're all pretty familiar with the circumstances that involved with that. The town treasurer is here tonight, I know, and we do have data that indicates a vote by the sewer commission, a vote by the water commission to authorize a payment, $2,500 in each case, for a total of $5,000. We do have an appropriation from the town meeting, where the town meeting voted to provide $5,000 for this particular payment. And it appears that the select board, acting as a personnel board by law, must approve this amount of money to this individual.
The problem I see with it is you're saying the water and the sewer commission both have voted on it separately, is clearly states or understood in the special act that the DPW commission as a whole, it has to be put on the agenda and voted, and then brought to the personnel board, which is the select board, which is a recommendation too, by the way, only. And so I don't believe that's been done yet.
Well,
We've been down this road before with
I,
raises, actually the same department, and there's literature from the town council that specifically
says the selectmen have to
outlines
authorize it.
and it says it's voted on by the DPW commission, not the
Okay,
water
so-
separately,
so-
not the
So your
sewer.
thing is that the water, or the DPW commission, this is how you interpreted
Not really, I'm not a lawyer. I
No, I
believe
mean-
that's how my interpretation of the letter that was, or the email that
so
we
that,
got from town council last year about the same type of thing. So I have no problem voting on this if it's, put forward the way it should be put forward. I'll make a vote on it at that point, but
So-
I believe, Jake, you know more about the legalities of the,
My understanding is the special act does specifically require, contrary to what other people have asserted, that if the DPW commission as a whole, they make a recommendation to the personnel board, and the personnel board
Okay.
takes the vote. Additionally, your bylaw and personnel policy say that for non-union employees, it comes down to a select board vote as well. So all roads lead to Rome.
yeah, well, but so there is clarification from you, so that unless there is a full commission vote, you would not authorize us to pay.
Well, I mean, the special act, which supersedes any and all other contrary MGL, because you asked for a special act, so it's customized to the specific town by the general court. My understanding is the special act requires that recommendation voted by the DPW commission as a whole. I'm not really certain where this idea that the water and sewer commissions can take independent votes came from, but the special act, as far as I've seen it, the text says DPW commission makes the recommendation, and that the final vote is at the personnel board, and that would be the
That's
select
us.
board.
Okay, so your recommendation to us is, as our legal counsel says, we need to go back to the full DPW commission, have them vote this.
I would suspect, yes.
And then it comes back to us for action.
I haven't heard from Greg Corbo recently, but I would suspect that would be the answer based on prior opinions he's given as far back as 24.
Otherwise, I'm not prepared to vote on this at all, myself. I just want to put that out there. So,
Well, if,
And you're referencing a document from Mr. Colbert?
I am, yep.
No doubt at the end of all these machinations, we'll have someone sign a release.
well, that's up to the individual who would be presented with such.
Right, at least you prepare the release.
We have.
Kevin has a question.
Kevin?
Doesn't this have to go back to the original commission to get voted on again? Because there's no audio, there's no video, and there are no minutes.
Well, we do have written minutes, and we do have a
Do
written,
you have minutes?
we do have minutes, from what I understand,
From what?
from the DPW sewer and the DPW water.
Not the
Not
DPW commission.
The town clerk doesn't
Not,
have.
oh, we don't have it from the town, I
We
We
certainly
have an
filed
agenda,
with the
we don't
town
have
clerk.
minutes.
I agree with you that we have not brought this issue to the full commission for vote.
This is, it's not right.
So,
We did not follow protocol with that.
yeah, well, I think this is a very extraordinary circumstance. We have not had this in any kind of commonplace way. So if the situation is that the board, okay, at least two out of the three, look at this as a necessary step, that we go back to the commission, ask them to hold their hands up, technically again, because they've already, six of them have already voted for this. And that we do so post haste, and hopeful that we will have a vote at that point to work with when we meet next.
And you said that the minutes aren't on file?
No. They're not on my government?
No,
Because
they're
I,
not. The town clerk does not have them.
That's
Okay.
no minutes of the water commission vote and the sewer commission vote, both done separately.
yes, that's
Separate
true.
meetings,
That's true.
not the DPW commission. Again,
Well, since the sewer and the water commission are six of the members, then they technically, they have a majority. So this
it's
to me,
just not done
so
right.
this to me is perfunctory. We need to go through one more step.
So I got a question, if that's what you're saying, how do we give the DPW guys extra money for doing over theirs? job?
Well, basically, they.
That wasn't voted through us.
It was
that was
not.
voted through
It
you.
was not. That was voted through the select board,
Yeah.
through a negotiation process.
Yep.
An addendum to the union contracts, which was the proper legal process.
Well, the person we're giving a raise to isn't in the union.
Well, no, well, who are you talking about?
Shannon.
Yeah, well, yeah, but she wasn't covered by the contract.
No, I know.
We're just trying to take care of this individual the proper way. And so it appears from that we don't have the votes at the select board this evening. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. We don't have the
Well, we
votes.
gotta follow the law. If the law
Yeah,
is,
and
we gotta.
so.
We're being held tight to everything, let's do it right.
Yeah, so what we will do is we will contact, I will contact John. I know John's had a death in his family, but I will ask him to set a meeting up as practical, potentially on next Monday, where the commission can meet and we can take care of this. And then, because we meet so often that, this was supposed to be the summer we weren't gonna meet, cancel one meeting. And obviously now we do 3 or 4 extras. So I would suspect that I can talk with John and we can set something up for potentially maybe next Monday, which is the 28th, I believe. And get that voted, and then we would meet again on the 6th. We could, before we start interviews, we could have that as part of our.
Wait a minute, you're gonna meet on August 4th for your regular meeting, then you're gonna meet on the 6th for the interviews.
Well, yeah, so
Okay.
we could meet on the 4th and the 6th, but we could just knock
may
off the
not
4th
meet the
and
4th.
just meet the 6th.
Right, we may not need the
Well,
full.
Yeah, we,
Yeah, you gotta
yeah,
let me
but
know, yeah.
we're meeting very soon in August, so we can
Right, Right. But
hopefully
the-
close this matter.
But the gentleman that you're referring to, that was a union negotiation, which we handled. Their pay.
Yeah, but that, I realize that. What I'm saying is, you guys said every raise that gets on the highway department is gonna go through a DPW commission, which that did not. That's all I'm asking. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it says I
Well,
don't,
that's what,
I mean, have you guys ever
You
voted,
just-
well, obviously, we went through the whole contract thing with the union and so on and so forth, which we do with the fire, which we do with the police, which we do with everybody, because we're legitimately authorized, they're legitimately authorized to represent the union, and we're authorized to do the negotiations,
yeah.
so,
But
That's-
this wasn't a union problem.
no, this isn't,
Yeah.
no, so it needs to go just to the,
As well as the DPW superintendent,
Yeah.
to the whole.
same thing.
Yeah.
Rules are the same for the
Okay,
DPW
so,
superintendent.
on our next meeting, we will, I will talk with John Chase, he is the chair of the commission, ask him to set, and I know he won't be able to do it before Monday, just because of his family. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
he's got a few.
because he's, got wakes and funerals and stuff in this week. And that will, hopefully, we'll get it posted and on record for a week from tonight.
I have one more question. Do you three, the selectmen, have the ultimate, make the ultimate decision as to whether or not this is approved?
Technically, yes.
That's correct.
That's what I
That is correct.
Because we serve as the town's personnel
thought. Correct.
board.
And you are also part of the Water Sewer Highway Commission?
Mhm.
We are.
Okay, so ultimately, when it comes down to the very end, it's you three.
Mhm.
It is.
The vote at the DPW commission is strictly a recommendation.
Yes.
That's what it is. But that's how it's supposed to be. It's protocol. We're gonna do it.
Very
We're
good.
making sure and doing everything the way we're supposed to do it.
Thank you.
Makes good sense. So,
That's-
one more hurdle. I will ask John to get that meeting scheduled. I know it won't be this week. I'm guessing it'll be next Monday for him, from the 28th, and we can meet immediately after that, take care of this, one way or the other. All right, we're good? I don't think we need to vote to have that happen.
Mm.
Although, do you want to vote, let the board vote, please, to authorize the chair to meet with the DPW Commission Chair to set a meeting for the purposes of dealing with this matter. In other words, I'm going to call John at your behest.
I move to approve the chair to meet with the DPW commission chair,
To set a
to-
meeting,
yeah,
to
to
call a meeting for this
call a
purpose.
meeting for a special, yeah.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to authorize the chair to meet with the chair of the DPW Commission to take up this matter so that the authorization for this individual can be addressed. Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, vote, select board meeting start time to 5 PM going forward, whatever that means, I guess, in the future. This was, I think, you guys.
Yes,
yeah, for the most
um,
part.
I would like to start, have our meeting start early
Okay.
to, for a couple of reasons. People that work in the town offices, they work very hard, and they have to wait around after, they can't really, develop a schedule in their own evening to do what they need to do, and they have to wait around and to start the meetings at 6 o'clock. They're here till 8, 9 o'clock. They're in their offices after the meetings. I just think that in the past, in the years past, it's not most recent, the select board meetings were early. They were 5 or between 5 and
Really?
5:30.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe, I don't know, Rich, do you
Yeah,
have?
when my father served on the select board for 12 years,
Mhm.
they met at between 5 and 5, I think it was 5:30 that they
Mhm.
met for a number of years, and that was with Dan Trifolo and
Well,
whoever, Charlie Chase back then, Mike,
Yep.
you know.
There are a number of other towns that also meet, like, early. I understand the concern with people that work 9 to 5 and they can't get here, but if we cater to just the 9 to 5 people, what are we gonna do about the 2 to 10s or the 3 to 11s? So if we're gonna have, a problem with that, we'll just have one day meeting, every other meeting, midday meeting, and then an evening meeting, and we'll keep it at, 5:30 or whatever. But I just think a compromise is basically 5 o'clock.
well, I think that, and this was not something that I added to the agenda,
No.
but something that you and Rich talked about, and it does have merit.
It's basically, I brought it forward.
And it does have merit, especially if all of the individuals we are interviewing take this job live a considerable distance
Mhm.
away. And when you have, hey, I've done it, I get out of the meeting and I used to have to drive from Pepperell back to Barre.
Yeah.
And when it was 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, it's a very late night, and I would have loved if school committee meetings had started earlier.
I think we should have consideration for these people.
Well, the only
That's-
thing that
we-
we've got
we
going
don't-
for us is we have like a bunch of retirees who are the selectmen, who can be at a 5 o'clock
But,
meeting
you
on
know
a
what?
regular basis.
When there's not retirees, then they can change it again.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to move the, do we have a motion?
Yeah, I move to
Okay.
approve
We have a
the
motion made and seconded to move the
meetings to 5
Select
o'clock.
Board meeting start time to 5 PM, moving forward.
Second,
We have a motion made and seconded to take that action. Those in favor?
aye.
Okay. Opting into the national opioid settlement. We need a vote to do that. We have information from the Attorney General of Massachusetts, Andrea Campbell, who says we as a town have to take a specific vote to, if there are proceeds that are available to the state regarding the opioid crisis, that there would be an opportunity for Barre to get some of that revenue. Now, I would tell you that it's probably very minimal. You handed me that, Sandy, and now I can't find
The
that.
town of Rutland
I
is
Oh, okay.
So the names
Thank
of the
you. Thank you.
companies were in the first
The Sackler,
header,
yeah.
and the Sackler,
Got
and Purdue Pharma have been written in, but they should be incorporated into any of your votes.
Yeah, that, in other words, that we would take action tonight as required by the Attorney General to participate in the settlement offer as the result of the Purdue Pharma LP and the Sackler family and their affiliates who have, in a settlement, agreed to multi-million-dollar settlements for many states and communities. We are one of those communities. So if you were to say, how much will we get, how many millions? No, we're not gonna get millions. We will get a very small amount, but we should get what we can get.
Does it cost the town anything?
No,
I say go for it.
It's a good opportunity for the Board of Health, if we do get funding, to work with Q-Drug or do some programs in town, some positive, programs. And we have a similar, in Rutland, we have a similar settlement, and we got about 15 grand initially on the first payment. So it does work.
and I mean, we've had it before. I mean, we've got it in tobacco, we've had it
Correct.
for alcohol, we got it for opioids. And I would say that this is not the first opioid settlement that Purdue Pharma and Sackler have, and their affiliates have paid, so it could be the last.
First time I've
We've
seen-
had that
Yeah.
before.
Really?
So we have a vote to participate in the settlement?
I make a motion to participate in the settlement.
I second it.
We have a motion
Oh.
made.
Could you also include in there to authorize the chair to sign any participation agreements?
Oh,
Because that will be the next step, is there'll be agreements that will come in.
okay.
We just have to keep an eye open for those.
Mhm.
And then Maureen, if you would sign those on behalf of the
Sure.
board, that would save it coming back to a public meeting and being revoted a second
Okay.
time.
You got time.
I do for signing a different, I can do that. Or do
You want-
So we amend the motion to include that Dr. Marshall sign any and all contracts or paperwork that comes in.
as a result of our affiliation with the settlement agreement.
Yeah, I would second that.
Thank you.
So we
Thank
have
you.
that amended motion. We are going to vote now on the amended motion. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Sandy, do you need this? You already
No,
have
I
that.
have.
Okay.
As they say, don't spend it all in one place.
I know, but it might be a little bit.
Although the Sackler family and Purdue Pharma is certainly the biggest
Oh,
participant in this one.
yeah, well deserved, I'd say. I don't know if any of you read any of the documentation of all of that whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just,
60 Minutes, they're quite the,
Yeah.
not too long ago.
okay, a discussion and update of investigation, legal fees, and associated costs.
Madam Chair, that's me. At the previous, last select board meeting, I updated the public on what had been spent to date on the investigation against select board member Mac McGuinness. There was a few invoices that I did not have at that meeting, so I wanted to give the most latest and final number. And that's $171,016.32 that's been spent to date on that investigation. The investigation is closed and currently being redacted by town council, and we should have that very soon.
Yeah, I believe that we're looking at an August date when they are available. The town council gave us a date of
Council will be in to meet with the board,
August 18th.
August 18th, open session.
Okay, so it's good to know, the public can know that it's going to be on
Correct.
August 18th. Great, okay.
And I'll advise her that we'll want a copy of the redacted report,
Yeah.
10 days beforehand?
Please, yeah.
I have a question. Why is it taking so long?
I have no idea.
Anybody know that?
I have asked many times, why is this taking so long?
I want it
I
today.
think a lot of it has to do with the vacation schedules of the attorneys who are doing the who are walking through this with us, I think.
Okay.
Okay, moving on with, annually, we have a lot of appointments to make, like some people who are going to be on the common committee, or some people who are going to be the animal inspector and so forth. And so we're going through those as we receive them or as we begin to manage through them. And so we have some of the FY26 annual appointments listed below. And those would be Elizabeth Martin to the Barre Cultural Council, Elizabeth Martin to the Cemetery Commission, Ellen Glidden to the Insurance Advisory Committee, Joshua Smith to the Zoning Board of
One penny
Appeals, Tim Batchelor to Tree Warden. That tree warden has typically been in the DPW department, and the tree warden has been Mr. Pimentel. He continued on that job after he left our employ in, I think, October, and he has been doing that till this date, but now we are moving back to the tree warden being under the DPW commission. So we need a motion for a vote on those appointments, please?
Yeah, I move to approve the FY26 annual appointments as presented,
We have many more to come.
and many more to
Yeah, as
come,
they
but as
come in,
presented
I'll-
by
yeah.
Madam Chair.
Put them together.
I'll second that
We have a
motion.
motion made and seconded to approve the, shall we say, annual appointments as read and as presented in the minutes. In the agenda. Those in favor?
Aye.
We have licenses, a common vitulers license, and that is basically T.W. Graves, called
Timmy's.
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 Timmy's, yep.
Where's that?
West
So
Street,
he's doing a flea market
the little field between the
Oh.
bowling alley
Oh,
and,
he
right
must-
before the bowling alley.
So he's selling food too. Okay, I get it.
Looks pretty nice, I drove by it today.
yeah. I make a motion to approve the common victular license for Timothy W. Graves. Address of business, 1042 West Street, Barre.
Second that.
We have motion made and seconded to approve the vitulers license for T.W. Graves, basically known as Timmy's. Those in favor?
Aye.
And now we have a considerable list of wage authorizations
You
that have been,
have separate ones first.
I have a few first. So I have personnel wage authorizations for Ryan Walsh, full-time police officer, continued position, step increase from step 3 to step 4 to $29.66. We have Robert Bolivar, full-time police officer, $24.45 per hour. Jacob Rourke, DPW assistant water operator, PW-1, $25.31 an hour. Owen Benoit, DPW seasonal employee, FY '26, $17.41 per hour. Anne Marie Markowitz, Fire Department call medic, medic step 1, $28.93 per hour. Russell Ward, Fire Department call firefighter, Fire Department 2, step 4, $20.83 an hour. Dylan Kaninian, Fire Department EMT, CBA, FF-EMT, $26 an hour. Gino Carmella, Fire Department EMT, CBA, FF-EMT, $26 per hour. Fire Department FY '26 wage authorizations as appeared. And we have those wage authorizations that I would need to read into the record as well.
Those are there.
Okay, so here we go. There's a lot of these. Okay, Stanley Andruski, $23.21. Eric Ayers, $29.61. Dean Babineau, $22.11. Andrew Baker, $32.50. Hannah Baxter, $20.63. Joseph Godwinkel, $22.11. Scott Churchill, $20.63. Brett Clarkson, $20.63. Hayden Duggan, $20.52. Steve Fritchett, $24.32. Tom George, $23.21. Kyle Cohen, $23.43. Matt Hall, $28.65. Dennis Hamill, $33.76. Ryan Hobbs, $22.11. Jesse Clayman, $22.11. Michael Koval, $21.92. Noah Linhart, $20.63. Tyle Lothrop, $32.50. Tom Magalero, $19.46. Jared Markowski, $20.53. Jason Messenger, $22.11. David Moran, $22.11. Joseph Moran, $20.63. Ethan Naiman, $32. Kyle Noel, $22.11. Greg O'Sullivan, $20.63. Michael Parker, $22.11. Jason Pimentel, $24.32. Janine Pimentel, $22.12. $24.12, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Jacob Pavelski, Potulski, okay, $19.45. Madison Quinn, $22.11. Greg Reed, $27.08. David Rogowski, $22.11. Joseph Rogowski, there is no salary, as I believe he's retired. Marty Scott, $29.
No.
Joe's retired.
Marty Scott, $29.32. Dana Stoddard, $21.45. Emily Walker, $36.79. Jennifer Walker, $21.03. Jonathan Wheeler, $20.63. Those are all wage authorization increases with a cost of living 2.5%, with rates effective July 1, 2025. Those are all, okay, the recommendation of our fire chief, and the others recommended either by the fire chief or the police chief, depending on their role in the town. We need a motion to
I
approve.
actually just want to one question about, it looks like we have 2 new hires at the fire department? Is that,
Are they- You mean,
is be these 2?
I think they're ambulance people, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
EMTs.
Dylan and Gino.
Well, I just
Yeah.
want to comment, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. We thought, yeah,
Just,
Very good.
yeah, very good thing. And you
Just
have
a,
a motion to approve the wage authorizations as presented?
Yep, I make a motion to approve the wage authorizations for the ensuing year as presented by the chair.
I'd second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the wage authorizations as read into the record. Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, with our thanks to these people for being with us. Okay, moving on, I think,
Chair, I make a motion to adjourn.
Before we do that, I'd
Second.
make a motion to give kudos to the board.
oh,
I'd
thank
second
you.
that.
You guys do
We try.
good job, thank you very much.
We try.
And
Well,
thank you to-
Sam,
Right.
coming from you, I'm almost nervous to take it.
It's a good
Okay,
thing.
thank you.
It's a good thing.
I know you critique me when necessary, so I appreciate very much your comments this evening.
Sometimes people might need certain critiques, but let me tell you, you're doing Nobody realizes the hardship, especially most recently, that you guys are going through.
So we adjourned, right? Did you?
I just want
I
to tell
second
you,
it, we didn't vote on it.
Okay.
you're doing a hell of a job.
Well, thank you very much, Steve. And certainly, I know that we probably won't see Greg at another select board meeting. And so, there wasn't enough money that we paid you for what you've done for us in this very brief time. You've gotten us to a point where hopefully our next decision is gonna be a good one and that we move the town forward. It's not gonna be an easy transition, but.
But hopefully you'll have a permanent administrator who will establish some longevity and some roots and bearing.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
we certainly need that. We certainly need that.
Okay, so.
So, I second that motion.
Second,
I second the motion to adjourn.
We have a motion made and seconded to adjourn. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
okay.
I have just
Still
one
on?
question for you later here.